Ace yourself. A human battleship is incoming and nothing will survive. Part 1. Far from Earth, in a quiet part of space, many alien species lived together. The stars glowed softly and the planets were calm. Trade ships moved slowly between planets. No one expected trouble here. Most aliens thought war was a thing of the past. They believed peace lasted forever. But something unusual appeared on the scanners of the trade station orbiting a small orange star. The signal was strange. It was heavy and slow, not like the fast and smart ships they were used to. Many officers looked at the readings and shook their heads. "What is that?" one young officer asked. His name was Coral. He had green skin and wide eyes. He pointed at the screen. "I've never seen anything like it." His commander, a tall alien with silver eyes named Vela, frowned. She pressed a button and zoomed in on the signal. "It is not like the normal trade ships," she said. "It is large, very large. It could carry weapons." Others in the room began to murmur. Some laughed nervously. "It is probably nothing," a merchant named Drow said. He waved his tentacle and smiled. "Maybe an old cargo ship lost in space. No need to worry." But a few of the officers did not laugh. They remembered old records. Long ago, humans had been recorded in history books. Humans were small, slow, and primitive. They built ships that seemed weak. Most aliens thought humans were harmless. They used metal and simple weapons. Their technology looked old and slow. Humans were never fast, never clever in space fights, and never a real threat. "This signal, it comes from a human ship," said one historian quietly. Her name was Mila. She was old, with gray hair and many wrinkles, but her mind was sharp. Humans should not be here. They were supposed to stay in their small system. "Humans?" Someone laughed. A young officer named Torin grinned. "They are a joke. Why would they send a ship here? We are far from their world. They cannot do anything against us." Mila did not answer. She only looked at the readings. The signal was growing stronger. Slowly, steadily, it moved closer to the edge of known space. The readings showed a massive hull. Nothing like this had been built by humans before. Vela pressed her claws to the screen. "It is coming. I do not know why, but it is coming." Her voice was calm, but inside she felt fear. Even she had heard stories. Old humans were dangerous in ways that no one expected. They could survive attacks that would destroy any other species. They could fight long battles with patience and strategy. The first ship to approach the human signal was a scout. It was small and fast. Its captain, a green-skinned alien named Rilak, felt proud. He thought humans would not notice him. He activated his weapons and moved closer. "Prepare to scan and maybe fire if necessary," Rilak said to his crew. He laughed. "This will be easy." As the scout reached the edge of the signal, the human ship appeared. It was enormous. Its hull was dark and thick, like a moving fortress. No lights flashed. No energy signals came from it. It moved slowly, but the scanner showed enormous strength. It was not like any other human ship they had ever recorded. Rilak's crew looked at the readings in shock. "It is huge," one said. "How can humans build something this big?" The human ship did not respond to scans. It did not fire. It only moved forward, calm and steady. Rilak grew nervous. He ordered the ship to fire small warning shots. Lasers jumped through space, aimed at the human hull. They hit, but nothing happened. No sparks. No damage. The human ship continued moving, straight and unstoppable. "Report!" Rilak shouted. His green eyes widened. "What happened? Why is it not destroyed?" The communications officer, a small alien with blue eyes named Leary, shook his head. "We cannot detect any damage. It is absorbing the attacks or ignoring them." Panic spread across the control room. Rilak could feel it in his bones. This was not a normal human ship. It was something different, something dangerous. Back at the trade station, Vela watched the events unfold through long-range scanners. She felt a heavy weight in her chest. Humans were not supposed to act like this. They were supposed to be small, simple, and weak. Yet here was a ship larger than any battleship in the galaxy. It moved like a shadow, silent and unstoppable. Vela called the council of nearby species. Representatives from several planets gathered. Many laughed at first. They did not believe a human ship could pose any danger. "We have records," a small alien named Dravo said. "Humans are slow, weak, and simple. They do not have large fleets. They have old weapons. We can handle one small ship easily." But Mila, the historian, stood quietly. She opened her data pads and showed old war logs. She spoke softly but with authority. "Do not underestimate them. Humans are patient fighters. They never rush. They fight long battles. When humans attack, they attack to end the threat forever. Even a single human battleship can destroy fleets that seem stronger. We cannot ignore this." The council laughed again. Many were dismissive. "It is just one ship," said a young ambassador named Frau. "We can move fleets around it or block its path. It will not survive a serious fight." The human ship moved closer to the edge of the galaxy known to the council. Its size grew larger on all screens. It moved slowly but steadily. Every second the fear in the room grew. "Look at its hull," another officer said. "It is bigger than anything we have seen. Shields, weapons, everything. It is impossible to damage it." Vela turned to the council. Her silver eyes were wide. "We are underestimating them. We must treat this seriously. Do not attack without thinking. Do not move fleets carelessly. This ship, it is not ordinary." Outside, the human battleship moved like a shadow in space. The stars reflected off its dark metal. No lights, no noise, no signals. It only moved forward. "Prepare fleets just in case," Vela ordered. "We do not know what humans want. We do not know what they will do. Be ready." Some aliens still laughed. They called it fear. They called it overreaction. They did not understand humans. They had not faced humans in centuries. Rilak's scout returned to the station. The crew was pale. They had scanned the human ship and fired their weapons. The result was nothing. The ship was unharmed. They tried to communicate. There was no answer, only calm silence. "It is huge," Rilak whispered, "and it is coming." The council realized something. Even if humans wanted peace, they had the power to destroy entire fleets. And even if humans wanted war, no one could stop them. The old history books spoke the truth. Humans do not fight small battles. They fight to survive. They fight to end threats completely. The story of one human ship had already changed the mood of the council. Fear replaced laughter. Whispers filled the rooms. Everyone wondered, what did humans want? Why were they coming? The human ship continued to move forward. Its dark metal hull reflected nothing. It seemed quiet, but the galaxy could feel its presence. Every scanner, every ship, every being sensed a single truth. The humans were coming. And when humans came, no one knew what would survive. Part 2. The human battleship moved steadily through space. It did not hurry. It did not stop. It did not respond to signals. Alien fleets tried to communicate. They sent greetings, warnings, and even threats. Nothing came back. Silence filled the void. On the command deck of the trade station, Vela and her officers watched the human ship on the screens. The massive hull reflected no light, no energy, no life. It was as if the ship were a shadow moving across the stars. "They are not answering," Vela said quietly. Her claws tapped the table. "They could be dangerous, or they could be testing us." "Testing?" asked a young officer named Torin. He was nervous. "Why would humans test anyone? They are small. They cannot fight our fleets." "You do not understand humans," Mila said. Her gray eyes were sharp. "They do not fight for pride or speed. They fight to survive. Even one human battleship can destroy fleets that seem much stronger. We should take this seriously." The council decided to send a small fleet to intercept. It was not a large fleet, only a dozen ships. They were fast and armed with modern weapons. Their captain, a tall alien named Rilak, volunteered to lead. He wanted glory. He wanted to prove humans were weak. "We will stop them before they reach the inner systems," Rilak said. His green eyes shone with confidence. "It will be easy. One human ship cannot fight a dozen of us." The alien fleet moved quickly. The human ship continued steadily toward them. It did not dodge. It did not hide. It only advanced. The fleet fired the first shots. Bright lasers streaked through space. The human ship took the attacks without changing course. Rilak's crew watched in horror. Their weapons bounced off the hull as if hitting a wall of stone. Sparks did not fly. Shields barely shimmered. The human ship moved slowly, unstoppable. "Report!" Rilak shouted. "Why is it not damaged?" The communications officer, a small alien named Leary, shook her head. "We cannot detect any damage. It is ignoring us, or it is stronger than anything we have ever seen." The human ship fired back. A single shot left its hull. It was slow but powerful. One alien scout ship disappeared instantly. Nothing remained, not even wreckage. The other ships tried to escape, but the shockwave hit them. Engines failed. Weapons went offline. Panic spread across the fleet. Rilak could not believe it. This is impossible," he whispered. He looked at the screens. More ships disappeared. The human ship did not chase. It did not fire again. It moved calmly as if it were untouchable. Back at the trade station, the council watched in disbelief. Some aliens fainted. Some argued loudly. "We underestimated humans," one said. "How can one ship do this?" Vela turned to Mila. "You were right," she said. "We should have listened. We cannot fight humans lightly. They are different." "Not different," Mila said. "Humans are dangerous. They have patience, strategy, and strength. They fight not to win a small battle, but to end threats completely." The council began sending larger fleets. Hundreds of ships gathered, all armed with the strongest weapons they had. They moved toward the human ship. They fired together. Bright beams lit the void. Explosions shook the smaller ships. The human ship was hit, but the hull held. It barely slowed. Inside the human ship, the crew worked calmly. The command deck was quiet. Jack Miller, the captain, stood at the center. His hands rested lightly on the console. "Steady," he said softly. "We protect ourselves. Do not panic. We are stronger than they think." His officers nodded. Emma Clark, the communications officer, monitored enemy attacks. "Their weapons are strong," she said. "But our hull holds. Shields at 70%. Weapons ready." Jack nodded. "Prepare main cannon. Fire only when needed. Precision is better than speed. Remember, we survive first, then end the threat." Outside, the alien fleets tried again. Beams, missiles, and gravity bombs hit the human ship. Sparks flew across its hull, but nothing broke. The ship moved like a shadow in a storm. Alien crews began to panic. Some ships turned to flee. Some fired blindly, hoping to strike luck. None worked. One alien commander, a red-skinned female named Zelra, shouted at her fleet, "Fall back, retreat!" But the retreat was chaotic. The human ship fired again. One by one, enemy ships vanished. Explosions left no debris. Silence returned. Vela watched on the station. Her silver eyes were wide. "This is not war as we know it," she said. "This is total control. Humans do not play games. They do not waste energy. They end threats completely." Back on the human ship, Jack Miller spoke to his crew. "We do not attack unless necessary," he said. "Our job is to protect our people. The rest is history." The crew worked quietly. Engineers repaired minor damages, medics tended to small injuries, and gunners prepared for the next attack. No one panicked. Every human knew the rules: survive, fight, finish the threat. Alien fleets tried one last time. This time they coordinated every weapon in the sector. A massive barrage struck the human ship from all directions. Light, energy, gravity, missiles all at once. Inside, alarms rang. Fires broke out in sections. Crew members were injured. Emma Clark stayed at her console, guiding communications and repairs. "We can handle it," she said calmly. "Keep focused." Jack Miller looked at the readings. "We will survive," he said. "Now return fire. One precise shot is enough." The human battleship fired. The shot moved slowly but with enormous power. It struck the largest enemy cruiser. The explosion consumed the ship instantly. Other ships tried to move, but the shockwave hit them. Their systems failed. The fleet collapsed. The human ship did not chase. It moved forward slowly. It sent a broadcast. The message was simple, calm, and clear. Humans do not seek war for pride. Humans do not fight for conquest. Humans fight to survive and to make sure threats never rise again. Back at the council, aliens read the broadcast. They were silent. No one laughed. No one argued. They understood. Humans were not like other species. They could destroy fleets without chasing. They could survive attacks that would destroy entire sectors. Vela turned to her officers. "We have underestimated them," she said. "This is only one ship. Imagine what more humans could do." The alien fleet slowly withdrew. The human ship continued moving steadily. Silence followed in the void. No ships dared to approach. The stars reflected on the dark hull. The galaxy felt a heavy truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were unstoppable. Rilek returned to the station. His green eyes were wide. He did not speak for a long time. Finally, he said, We cannot fight them, not one ship, not even all our fleets together." Mila nodded. "This is why humans survived when everyone else thought they could not. This is why humans always endure. Patience, strategy, strength. One human ship can change everything." The part ended with the human battleship moving slowly through the galaxy, calm and silent. No one knew its destination. No one dared to challenge it. And the aliens whispered among themselves, "When humans arrive, the war is already over." The story of one human battleship had begun. Fear, respect, and awe spread across every planet in its path. Legends were already forming, and inside the ship the crew remained calm, ready for whatever came next. Part 3. After the first battle, the alien fleet slowly withdrew. Panic and fear spread across the council. The humans were not attacking for pride, not for conquest. Yet even their calm silence held more power than all the fleets combined. Inside the human battleship, Captain Jack Miller stood on the bridge. The room was quiet. Monitors flickered, showing the status of the hull and weapons. Engineers worked calmly to repair small damages. Medics moved quickly among injured crew. Everything was organized. Nothing was wasted. Jack spoke softly. "We survived the first encounter. We cannot stop now. More fleets may come. Remember, we do not fight to destroy. We fight to survive. Precision is better than speed. Patience is power." Emma Clark, the communications officer, nodded. "The aliens are talking among themselves. They are scared. We can use that." Jack glanced at her. "We use nothing except what we need. We show strength, not cruelty. The galaxy will learn. Humans are not weak. Humans do not fail when they must survive." Far away, the council gathered. Aliens of every color and shape debated. Some wanted to flee, some wanted to attack again. Fear had replaced arrogance. Even the bravest of them did not speak loudly. One of the council members, a tall gray alien named Vorik, said, "We cannot underestimate humans. Even one ship defeated our best fleet. What happens if more arrive?" Another alien, a short blue-skinned officer named Drell, argued, "We have numbers. We have weapons. We can destroy them if we attack together. We cannot just give up." "Attack together," Vorik repeated slowly. "We tried that. One shot from the human ship destroyed half our fleet. We cannot fight them like this. We must learn first, study them. Maybe there is a weakness." Mila, the historian, stood silently in the council chamber. She had warned them before. She spoke now. "There is no weakness. Humans do not fight for small victories. They fight to end threats. Even a single human ship can destroy what seems impossible. You do not need to fear them attacking. Fear what happens if they are ignored." The council fell silent. Mila's words sank in. Humans were patient. Humans were strong. Humans would endure attacks that would destroy anyone else. And when humans attacked, it was final. The alien fleet sent scouts again, small ships moving carefully. They fired light beams at the human battleship, hoping to provoke it. The humans did not dodge. They did not fire. The hull absorbed the hits. The ships returned to their bases without a scratch. "They are watching," Jack said to his officers. "They are testing us. Let them. We survive tests better than attacks." Outside, the human ship moved slowly toward a cluster of planets controlled by alien governors who had been bold enough to resist human presence. The ships of the governors tried to prepare for battle. Bright lights shone as they activated weapons. Energy fields formed around planets. Warning sirens rang across satellites. Jack Miller ordered the crew to stay calm. "We do not attack until they force us. Prepare shields and weapons. Remember, humans fight to survive. We survive first, then we end the threat." The aliens fired again. Missiles, lasers, energy bombs filled space. Alarms rang on the human ship. Fires broke out in small sections. Crew members were injured. Emma Clark moved quickly, coordinating repairs and guiding medics. "Status?" Jack asked. "Shields at 60%, Emma replied. "We can handle this. Damage is minor." Jack nodded. "Good, prepare main cannon. Fire only if needed. Aim once. Precision beats volume." The alien fleets watched, confused. The humans did not panic. They did not retreat. They did not fire unnecessarily. Every crew member worked calmly, organized, and efficient. "Why do they not attack?" one alien commander asked. "They could destroy us now. They have the power." Another replied, "Humans are different. They do not attack for glory. They attack for survival. We cannot understand them." Jack gave the order. The human battleship fired its main cannon. A single shot, slow and deliberate, struck a massive alien battleship. The explosion was enormous. The enemy ship vanished without a trace. The other ships tried to flee, but the shockwave disabled engines and weapons. One by one, they collapsed. Inside the human ship, the crew remained calm. Engineers repaired minor hull breaches. Medics treated injuries. Gunners prepared for the next attack. No one panicked. Every human knew the rule: survive first, then end the threat. Far away, the council watched the battle unfold. Some aliens fainted. Others tried to organize their fleets, but fear paralyzed them. They realized the humans were not just strong. They were unstoppable in ways no one expected. Mila spoke quietly. "This is why humans always survive. Patience, endurance, strategy, strength. One human ship can change everything." The human battleship continued moving slowly, calm, and deliberate. It did not chase the fleeing fleets. It did not fire again. It only sent a simple broadcast: "We do not seek war. We do not seek conquest. We fight to survive. We end threats that cannot be ignored. Leave this path and no harm will come." The aliens received the message. Whispers spread across the galaxy. Even those who had planned to fight hesitated. The humans were not reckless. They were not cruel. They were deliberate and deadly. Rilak, the scout captain who had first engaged the humans, returned to the station. His eyes were wide. He spoke softly, almost in disbelief. We cannot fight them. Not one ship, not all our fleets together. Nothing can stop them." Vela looked at him. "They are different," she said. "More than anyone expected. They survive, then end the threat. That is their strength. We cannot underestimate it." Mila nodded. "This is only one ship. Imagine what an entire human fleet could do. They do not fight like anyone else. One human ship is enough to change the balance of power." The human battleship moved slowly toward the inner systems. Planets that had ignored human warnings now trembled in fear. Governments sent messages asking for peace. Traders stopped shipping goods. Armies withdrew from borders. Jack Miller remained calm. "Do not celebrate, do not relax, stay ready. Humans survive by discipline, not luck. Stay focused, stay organized, and the galaxy will see our strength without needless destruction." The human ship became a symbol. Aliens whispered about it. Fleets moved carefully, avoiding conflict. Stories spread across planets. One human ship moved through the stars, silent, unstoppable, and calm. No one dared to challenge it. The part ended with the human battleship moving steadily into the unknown sectors. No one knew its destination. No one dared approach. The galaxy understood one truth: humans do not fight like others. They fight to survive. And when humans fight, the threat ends completely. Inside the ship, the crew remained calm, organized, and ready. They knew this was only the beginning, and far across space, alien fleets and councils watched, whispering fearfully, "One human ship is all it takes." Part 4. The human battleship moved steadily, calm and silent, through the heart of alien space. It did not hurry. It did not hesitate. It was unstoppable. The fleets that had tried to stop it before were gone, but new fleets were gathering. This time, every major power in the region sent their strongest ships. They called it a combined armada. Hundreds of vessels formed lines across the void. Energy shields glowed, weapons charged, missiles loaded. On the bridge of the human ship, Captain Jack Miller studied the readings. His crew was calm. Emma Clark monitored communications, listening to every signal and message. Engineers checked the hull, repairing minor damages from the previous battles. Medics treated small injuries from the minor shakes during the last attack. Everything was in order. Nothing was rushed. "They are massing fleets," Emma said. Her voice was steady, but the tension in the space around them was visible on the monitors. Jack nodded. "Let them. We survive first. Then we show them the cost of attacking humanity. Prepare weapons, shields at full, damage control teams ready. Nothing is wasted. Precision is everything." Far away, the alien fleets organized. Commanders shouted orders through their communications networks. They had numbers, advanced weapons, and speed. They thought coordination would give them the advantage. Their largest warships took the front, with long-range energy cannons aimed at the human battleship. Smaller ships flanked the sides, ready to block escape paths. One alien admiral, a tall, red-skinned male named Zerk, spoke through the command network. "This time we destroy it. No human ship can survive all our combined firepower. Hit it together. Overwhelm it. Nothing must remain." Another officer, a female named Celira, shook her head. "We underestimated them before. Even with our numbers, we may fail. This is not normal. Humans are different." Inside the human ship, Jack Miller remained calm. He did not shout. He did not panic. "They are coming," he said quietly. "Remember, humans survive by discipline, not speed. Stay focused. Every weapon ready. Every shield online. We end the threat, not the galaxy." The alien armada fired. Beams of energy tore through space. Massive missiles streaked toward the human ship. Gravity weapons twisted the void, trying to crush the hull. The alarms on the human ship rang loudly, lights flashing. Fires broke out in several sections. Some crew members were injured. "Status?" Jack asked, voice calm. "Shields at 50%, Emma replied. "Minor hull breaches in Section 3. Engineers are handling it. We can survive this." "Good," Jack said. "Fire main cannon when ready. Aim carefully. One shot is enough if it hits the right target." The human ship moved slowly but steadily. It did not dodge. Alien commanders expected evasive maneuvers, but none came. The ship remained a moving fortress, absorbing attacks without panic. Beams hit, missiles exploded against the hull, gravity waves rippled through the space around them, but the ship pressed forward. Zerk shouted through the Armada network. "How can one ship survive this? Fire everything, overwhelm it." The human battleship fired. One single shot, slow but precise, struck the center of the largest alien cruiser. The explosion consumed the ship entirely. The shockwave disabled nearby vessels. Smaller ships lost control. Alarms rang across the Armada. Inside the human ship, Jack's officers worked calmly. Engineers patched minor damage immediately. Medics treated injured crew. Gunners prepared for the next attack. Every human knew the rule: survive first, then end the threat. The alien armada tried again, this time coordinating every weapon simultaneously. Massive beams struck the hull from multiple directions. Missiles flew in waves. Gravity bombs twisted space. Yet the human ship endured. Minor sparks, small fires, but no major damage. Systems functioned. Shields adjusted automatically. Hull integrity held. One alien officer, a blue-skinned female named Tressa, shouted in disbelief. "How is this possible? Nothing can survive this." Another whispered, "Humans are not like us. One ship can destroy fleets. We cannot beat them. We cannot stop them. We must retreat." But retreat was too slow. The human ship fired again. One precise shot destroyed the largest battleship in the Armada. Another shot struck the command cruiser, knocking out communications. Panic spread through the alien fleet. Ships collided. Weapons malfunctioned. The humans did not chase. They did not fire unnecessarily. They moved calmly, steadily, like a shadow in space. Back on the trade station, council members watched in horror. The combined armada, the strongest fleets of the region, collapsed. Many alien leaders fainted. Fear spread faster than any weapon. One council member whispered, "We underestimated humans again. They are unstoppable." Mila the historian spoke quietly. "This is why humans always survive. Patience, strategy, endurance, strength. They do not fight for glory, they fight to end threats completely. One human ship is enough to change everything." Zilak, a young council member, asked, "But why? Why do they do this? Why do humans fight this way?" "Because," Mila said slowly, "they survive first. They end threats second. Humans are patient, calm, and precise. They are not reckless. They are unstoppable because they do not panic. They do not waste energy. They fight for certainty." Inside the human ship, Jack spoke softly to his crew. "We do not attack unless necessary. Remember, survival first, precision second. Efficiency is power. This is how humans win." The alien fleets tried one last coordinated attack. All weapons fired simultaneously. The void lit up with explosions. Alarms rang on the human ship. Fire spread. Minor systems failed. Injuries increased. Yet humans remained calm. Damaged teams repaired breaches immediately. Medics treated the wounded. Gunners prepared for their next precise strike. Jack gave the command. The main cannon fired. A single slow shot struck the largest alien battleship, vaporizing it instantly. The shockwave disabled nearby ships. One by one, the armada began to retreat, unable to fight. The human ship did not chase. It moved steadily, calm, and silent through the destroyed field. The council on the station realized a simple truth. Humans are not reckless. Humans are not cruel. Humans are unstoppable because they survive first, fight with precision, and end threats completely. Even one human ship can destroy the strongest fleets. Rilak, the scout captain who first encountered the humans, returned to the council in disbelief. We cannot fight them." "Not one ship, not hundreds. Nothing can stop them," Vela nodded slowly. "They are different. Humans fight not for victory in small battles. They fight to survive and to make sure the threat ends. We cannot underestimate this." Mila spoke quietly. "This is only one ship. Imagine a fleet of humans. One human battleship is enough to change the balance of power. They fight differently. They endure differently. They do not fail." The human ship moved steadily through space, calm and silent. Planets that had resisted humans before sent messages asking for peace. Governments ordered fleets to stand down. Traders stopped shipping goods. Armies withdrew. Jack Miller remained calm. "Do not celebrate. Do not relax. Stay ready. Humans survive by discipline, not luck. Every weapon ready. Shields online. We show strength, but only when needed." Outside, the human ship became a symbol. Fleets avoided it. Stories spread across the galaxy. One human ship moved through space, calm, unstoppable, precise. No one dared approach. The galaxy learned a single truth. When humans arrive, the war is already over. Inside the ship, crew members worked quietly, organized, and ready. This was only the beginning. The largest fleets in the galaxy had tried and failed. One human ship had survived everything. And far across the stars, alien commanders whispered in fear, "One human ship is all it takes. Nothing else matters. Humans survive. Humans fight to end threats. And no one knows what will happen next." Part 5. The human battleship moved slowly through the quieted space. The largest alien fleets had been defeated or had fled. No one dared challenge the ship now. Yet inside the human command deck, Jack Miller remained calm. There was no celebration. The crew worked steadily, repairing minor damage, checking weapons, and tending to the wounded. Discipline had not ended. The mission was not complete. "Status?" Jack asked. His voice was calm, even soft. "Shields full, hull stable. Weapons ready," Emma Clark replied. She looked at the monitors and smiled faintly. "Crew is fine, all systems functional." "Good," Jack said. "We do not chase. We do not attack unnecessarily. We move forward. Our job is not to conquer. Our job is to survive and ensure the galaxy knows humans cannot be ignored." Far across space, the Council of Alien Species met in emergency sessions. Their armies had been shattered. Entire fleets were destroyed. Leaders argued, whispered, and planned cautiously. One alien leader, a tall gray commander named Vorik, shook his head. "We underestimated them. One ship destroyed our combined fleets. What happens if more arrive?" Another, a blue-skinned strategist named Drell, spoke nervously. "We must communicate. Humans are different. They do not fight for glory. They fight to survive. Perhaps they will leave if we cooperate." Mila, the historian, spoke quietly. "This is the lesson we ignored. Humans do not panic. They endure. They fight with precision. One human ship can defeat fleets hundreds of times its size. They do not attack for pride. They attack for certainty." Back on the human battleship, Jack ordered the ship to slow. They moved carefully through sectors recently cleared of enemy fleets. The crew observed planets that had once been ready for war. Now they sent messages of peace. Fleets withdrew. Colonies paused military operations. Traders moved cautiously but resumed commerce once humans were near. "They are scared," a young crew member said quietly. "Everyone is stopping." Jack looked at the young officer. "Good. That is how humans fight, without unnecessary destruction. Survive first, then ensure the threat ends. The galaxy will learn that humans are not weak." The ship moved into the central system of the alien sector. A message came from the Council, transmitted cautiously. All species in the sector requested a parley. The humans responded with a calm broadcast. "We do not seek war. We do not seek territory. We fight only to survive. Ignore humans and the consequences will be your own. Cooperate and peace will follow." Alien leaders studied the message carefully. It was neither a threat nor a boast. It was clear, calm, and final. No one doubted its meaning. Humans had the power to destroy fleets, yet they offered peace first. The lesson was simple. Humans were disciplined, precise, and unstoppable if ignored. Rilak, the scout captain who first engaged the human ship, whispered to himself, "We cannot fight them. Even one ship is stronger than all our fleets combined. We underestimated them. We were fools." Vela, the silver-eyed commander, nodded slowly. "Humans do not fight recklessly. They fight to end threats. That is their power. They survive, then strike with precision. This is why they endure. This is why no one challenges them lightly." Far from the council chambers, humans were calm. Jack Miller ordered the ship to move toward deep space. The mission was not to conquer, but to show strength. One ship had changed the balance of power. Fleets would hesitate before ignoring humanity again. "Prepare systems for long travel," Jack said. "We may not be challenged again soon, but the galaxy will remember. Humans survive and humans endure." Engineers and medics worked quickly. Repairs were completed. Weapons were cleaned and stored. The crew ate, rested, and prepared for the unknown. Every human knew that discipline, patience, and precision were stronger than any weapon. "What about the fleets that remain?" a young officer asked. "They will avoid conflict," Jack replied. If fleets approach carelessly, we handle them. If they respect us, we leave. Humans do not fight for glory. Humans fight for survival. Across the galaxy, stories began to spread. Children on distant planets learned of the human battleship that defeated the largest combined fleets. Traders whispered its name. Governments debated the lessons. Fear and respect replaced arrogance and laughter. One human ship, Mila said quietly to the council, is all it takes. They do not fight like others. Patience, endurance, strategy, strength. They do not fail. The human battleship moved silently through the stars. Its dark metal hull reflected starlight. Inside, the crew remained calm and organized. They did not celebrate. They prepared for the future. They had survived the largest fleets the sector could send. They had shown what humans were capable of. Jack Miller walked to the observation window. He looked at the stars, quiet and endless. We survive first. We fight with precision. We show strength only when necessary. Humans endure, and humans win not because of luck, but because we are prepared, calm, and disciplined. Emma Clark stood beside him. The galaxy has learned. No one will ignore humans again. Fleets will hesitate. Leaders will think twice before challenging us. Jack nodded. Good, now we move. The galaxy must know our presence is real. Our message is simple. Humans are not weak. Humans survive. Humans endure. And when humans arrive, the threat ends completely. The human ship left the central system. Planets that had resisted humans slowly returned to normal. Trade resumed, armies pulled back, and fleets reorganized. Yet every leader knew one truth. Humans were unstoppable when they needed to be. Inside the ship, the crew continued their duties. Engineers checked systems again. Medics ensured everyone was healthy. Gunners prepared weapons, knowing they might be needed. Every human understood discipline, patience, and precision were stronger than any alien weapon. Far across the stars, alien commanders whispered in fear and respect. Fleets moved carefully. Governments paused plans for war. Stories of the human battleship spread. One ship had defeated hundreds of enemy vessels. The galaxy would never forget it. Rilak, the scout captain, finally spoke to the council. We underestimated humans. Never again. One human ship is more powerful than all our combined fleets. Nothing can stop them if ignored. Vela, the commander, nodded. Humans fight to survive, not for glory. They end threats with precision. They endure. They do not panic. That is their power. Mila, the historian, added softly, and that is why humans will always endure. Patience, strategy, and strength. One human ship changes everything. One human ship is enough. The human battleship moved slowly into deep space. No one followed. No one dared. Yet every fleet, every planet, every leader remembered the lesson. Humans were not weak. Humans survived. Humans endured. And far across the galaxy, the legend spread. When a human battleship is coming, the war is already over. Inside, Jack Miller looked at the stars one last time before resting. Humans survive first, he said. And when the threat is real, humans end it completely. The crew worked silently, ready for whatever came next. They had changed the galaxy, not with arrogance, not with pride, but with patience, discipline, and unstoppable strength. And the stars whispered of humans, the species that no one could ignore, the species that endured, and the species whose battleship left a lesson written in every corner of space. Survive, endure, and strike with precision. The galaxy would never forget.